everyone, I'm your lovely host Beckachu, and welcome back to Everlasting Summer. I just had to scare my life, or at least that's what my guy is thinking for sure. And someone was um sweeping his chimney. Yeah, I said it. But anywho, we're still looking for Shriek or Shirk. However you say his name. I'm probably saying his name wrong, and it sounds like I'm doing that like Shriek or whatever you read in books and stuff. But anywho, I'm gonna continue on. I wonder what's gotten into him. I went for lunch with mixed feelings, with a sense of accomplishment and with a realization of time wasted. The canteen was crowded. Couldn't stay unnoticed. Oba called me. Simon, come with us. Camp leaders Sylvalia and Electronic were sitting at the 4-seat table. Nodded and went to get my food. This time I had to spend several minutes in the queue. Today's menu didn't really differ from the other day's menus. The dishes looked the same at least. When I sat at the table and wished bon appetit to everyone, Olga Dmitrievna said, "So what are you thinking?" About what? We searched for Shurik all around. It's noon and he's nowhere to be found. Took a note of the rhyme but didn't want to point it out. We looked all over the camp. I wandered all around the neighboring forest. Olga looked at me. And I felt too. We must call the police. Maybe we should wait until the evening, I asked lazily. Maybe he went home. That can't be. Shirk lives thousands of miles away, by train, the nearest station. She paused. It's far off. Now it was getting interesting. Every time the conversation reached the point concerning ways it could leave Sylvania called the camp inhabitants started changing the subject. How far is far? Really far. Camp leader looked at me, indicating with their expression that asking more questions was not advised. So we should go deeper into the forest. Maybe he got lost. Shirk always takes a compass. Chimed in Electronic. I wonder what else could be found in this magic vest, assuming he has one. If I were to get lost in the forest, a compass would be of no real use. Police! We should call the police in the evening. Not right now, at least. Okay, so you'll do it later. They were all silent. We should be able to find him before evening. We still have time. If he actually got lost, we have no time to lose. We cannot be sure. Then where is he? Where? There was some truth to the camp's leader's words. Hiding the whole day just like that is suspicious. Why would he do that? Shirk seems to be quite a serious pioneer. Uliana would have been a better fit for this behavior. So there's a good reason to believe that he was gone. All that can be done has already been done. We just have to wait. Sylvalia, Electronic, and Olga looked at me softly but didn't say a word. Finished my lunch, took the tray back, and left the canteen. Still the first half of the day. What now? The camp was drifting off for an afternoon nap. Only Genda stared at me through his glasses. Of course he was staring somewhere else, but I had a feeling that he was constantly watching me. Bet he knows where Shirk is hiding. He just can't say anything. Disappearance of the Cybernetics Club's leader made me think. Maybe it's got something to do with my case. Oh, Pioneer! The nurse stood in front of me. I looked at her curiously. Go and take my place in the infirmary. Have an urgent call if somebody is injured. Me? Yes, you. Take the keys. The nurse threw me the keys and ran away. Why me? Isn't there anyone else in this camp? What exactly should I be doing? What if something happens? Oh, what do I do now? I missed my chance to refuse. Stood in front of the door uncertainly. On the one hand, it's nothing to worry about. I'll spend half an hour or so here and she'll be back. But what if someone comes for actual help with a broken leg or a head injury? Began to worry too much. I hope there are no injuries more serious than bruises and scratches in this camp. But at the same time, I cannot shake the idea that in a serious situation, I would be absolutely useless. Quietness. I don't even know how to perform CPR. Magazine on the nurse's table caught my attention. Good way to relax, I guess. This is labeled Soviet fashion. The publication date or month were absent. However, this was not a surprise. There were much stranger things happening here. I didn't know much about Soviet magazines. Maybe they actually didn't have publication dates on them. Models dressed in old-fashioned clothes stared at me from the glossy pages. Though nowadays, nobody would wear such clothes. I smirked. Wonder if Slavia, for example, considered this fashionable. I can only imagine what would happen if she appeared in my time wearing something like this. Imagine we are walking in hand. I'm wearing my coat with the hood, and she's dressed in a lavish dress covered with lace and things. It seems like I'm already imagining Slavia in my world, with me. Not only Slavia. This dress suits Uliana, this cute safari. Safari would look good on Alyssa. The skirt and cardigan would look nice on Lena. If only they could be real. No, I saw them, heard them, could even touch them. But still they are here, and I simply don't belong in this place. It's alien to me. I'm just waiting for a chance to get out of here. Waiting because nothing is up to me anymore. I sighed, put my head on the table, and fell asleep. I was woken by the noise of the door opening. Lena stood at the door. Nurse isn't here? Then I'll come back later. Substituting for her. Since I'm responsible for pioneers' lives, I should do it with full responsibility. Although, in fact, I was just afraid of something bad happening because of me. Any health complaints? I tried to give Lena the most professional smile I could in order not to confuse her. Nothing special. Just a little headache. Let's do this. Some painkillers, maybe. Of course, I wasn't aware to find required medicine, so it took me a while to find them. Finally! And a metamazole tablet to Lena. Thanks. She smiled. That was completely unexpected, and I lost touch with reality staring at her. What? Lena turned awkward in an instant. Listen, I've been wondering, do you like this? I don't know what got into me, but I grabbed the magazine from the table and showed her that picture of a skirt and a cardigan, which would really suit Lena, in my opinion. Bea went completely nuts thinking about all the girls being in my world. He was like, I wish they were in my world. Wearing these clothes, I think they would look nice. They'd look super nice. Or maybe I wanted to distract myself instead of just waiting for the nurse to come back. Lena looked at the picture. Yes, I guess. Is stuff like this in fashion? I guess? She got confused and started blushing. Why do you ask? Really? Why? I think you'd look gorgeous in it. Just asking. I think you would look damn fine. I think you look smexy. Instead of you wearing that pioneer outfit all the time, you should wear that dress again. Thank you. It's alright, I'm just being completely honest. We were quiet for some time. How was your headache? It's better, thank you. She smiled. I'll be off. Good luck! Lena went out and I continued to look through the magazine. After a while, somebody knocked at the door again. Seems that the infirmary is the most popular place to go. Suddenly I decided to roleplay a nurse. Just a male version. And said, Come in! The door opened and Liana entered the room. Wow, did I miss the moment when you decided to start knocking? Anything wrong with me knocking? She frowned. Where does it hurt? Why on earth would I tell you? Where's the nurse? Right in front of you. I imposingly crossed my legs and looked questioningly at her. He's like, So what do you want today, madam? I could so totally mess with her right now since she pranks me. That'd be awesome. I better go. It'd be better to die than be treated by you. She smiled mischievously. You didn't even let me try. Liana thought for a moment. Though, you could give me some pills. What's bothering you? Took her some time to reply. A heavy stomach. Sure it's not an empty head. Muttered under my breath. What did you say? Nothing, give me a second. Found the pills in the first drawer I opened. Thank you, doctor. She smiled cheerfully. Watching Ileana, I cannot imagine how such an optimistic and active child could have any health problems. Overdose of stolen candies, right? Got food poisoning from the canteen. I want to say that one. Overdose of stolen candies, right? Got food poisoning from the canteen. I hope it's not that one. That would be horrible, but anyways. She gave me a playful look. No, I left everything for you. Juliana ran out of the infirmary and slammed the door. I noticed. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. I don't regret it. Again, I went back to studying Soviet fashion trends. Time passed, but the nurse was still absent. I wasn't searching for Shirk. Wasn't looking for any clues concerning my situation. I was just sitting and flipping through a magazine. Just for a moment, I felt quite satisfied with the situation. So far, everything that has happened here could be seen as just a trip to summer camp, and if nothing changes anytime soon, then I can start worrying. Again, somebody knocked on the door. Did I miss the outbreak of an epidemic? Sylvia was standing at the doorway. Oh, hi, isn't the nurse here? Hi, no, she's not here. I'm taking over for today. Great. She hesitated. What? By the way, Simon, Sylvia said and looked intently at me. What? It seems like I lost my keys. Have you seen them anywhere? Sure, I have. Yes, here, I found them near the canteen yesterday. I wanted to return them to you, but forgot about it. I was really bad at lying. My cheeks were red, my eyes were wandering around, and hands were constantly shaking. Wow. That must have been a really awkward scene, just like red, and he's like, ah. Wish I had my webcam to mimic that right now, but oh well. I'll get a good webcam eventually. Or cell phone that has a camera. Then I could do little skits, which is something I really want to do badly one day. Here. I was already preparing myself for an appropriate scolding, but Sylvia only took the keys and said, Thanks. So what have you come for? I really needed to change the subject. Does anything hurt? No, it's nothing. Strange. I didn't even think that such an open person as Sylvia would keep quiet something. If there's something bothering you, tell me. Well, if it's girl problems, then I can understand why she keep quiet, because it's a guy. That's why I'm here to treat people. I smiled widely. No. I mean, yes, but no. Think that made anything possible, even division by 0. That's impossible, though. So how can I help you? You? I guess you can't. She smiled and was going to leave, but suddenly stopped. However, could you step out for a minute? Why not? Okay. I stepped out of the infirmary and leaned against the wall. I wonder what might she be doing, something that I can't even see. After a minute, the door opened, Sylvia came out. She was carrying a small bundle. I already know what it probably is, so I'm not gonna ask. That's kind of rude. Most girls get embarrassed about stuff like that. Good luck, I shouted after her. Thank you. She gave me one of her sweet smiles before leaving. I looked at the time. It was getting late. I read the magazine backwards and forwards, but the nurse still wasn't here. Suddenly the door burst open and Alyssa rushed inside. She looked at me piercingly. What are you doing here? Sitting, I admitted honestly. Okay then. It's better without the nurse, she murmured. Are you sick? I asked acidly. Alyssa didn't answer and came closer to me. Move over. Why? So I can open the door. Isn't it obvious? What for? She got angry. None of your business. Well, I'm kinda in charge here. She gave it a moment's thought. Then give me some activated carbon. Stomachache? Yeah. She grinned sharply. Got the feeling there was something wrong here. I guess. But you never know. What if she really has an ache? Okay. Reached into the drawer and got a packet of activated carbon. Thanks. She wrested it from my hand and ran away. It was 15 minutes till dinner and the nurse still wasn't back. I guess just leaving the place like this won't do. She asked me to look after it after all. And who knows what might happen if I leave. Though who would want to steal anything from here? Except for Alyssa stealing activated carbon. From the magazine again and began flipping through it for the nth time. Fashions of the 80s weren't that fun anymore. Yanni got me several times. It was already 6 o'clock, so dinner has already started. Of course, I had to be on watch till the end, but my stomach seemed to have its own opinions on the matter. Stood up and steadily headed to the exit. A rustling sound came from behind the door. Could it be someone else who got poisoned, broke their arm, or something even worse? Sighed heavily and pulled the doorknob. However, there was no one out there. Seems it was just my imagination. Running away with me? I think that's how the song goes. I don't remember. I returned inside and instantly noticed that something had changed in the infirmary. To be precise, an apple had already on the table. But where from? Fruits can't just materialize from thin air by themselves, can they? Though in the camp anything is possible. Chances are someone just brought it here. Maybe Lena wanted to thank me, given that she's all shy and... But wait, how could she just slip past me like that? Lena wouldn't climb through a window after all, so there must be something else. Suddenly overwhelmed by fear. What if the apple was poisoned, though? Why would someone complicate things when I'm here, totally helpless and can be killed way more easily? Or it might be an apple which Eve tasted in the Garden of Eden. In that case, I certainly shouldn't eat it. Same second my stomach reminded me it was there by rumbling traitorously. However, it would take time to close the infirmary to reach the canteen to get food. Stomach is about to eat itself. There's nothing wrong, I guess. Once again, I try to remember if this apple was here before. In the end, it must have appeared from somewhere. Maybe it got here through the window. The shutter was slightly open, so someone must have reached it and put it here. Nothing serious, however. Eat the apple, do not eat the apple. I kind of want to eat it because, like, why not? It's there. And if it wasn't there originally, but what if it was actually there and I just never noticed? And I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't eat it. I don't know. No. Even assuming that is a normal apple, in any case I shouldn't eat unwashed fruit. Just like that. I found a reason for my fear and put the apple away. It's time to go for dinner. Along the way, I ran into Electronic. How is it going? Did you find Shirk? No, there's still no sign of him. Don't worry. We'll find him. Try to cheer him up. Too much time has passed. I'll just keep on searching. What about dinner? Finding Shirk is more important, he muttered thoughtfully. I left him at the crossroads and wished him good luck. Pioneers crowded in the doorway. Looking at my pace, trying not to be the last one in the line, at least for today. And I was looking in the far corner was an absolutely empty table. Took my dinner quickly and sat at the table. Tonight's dinner consisted of fruits, soup, and pair of buns. The set surprised me at first, but the taste was actually nice. I concentrated on eating. Lena, let's go here. Look, 3 free chairs. Lena and Mika stood in front of me. Are these taken? Wondered Lena. No, take a seat. Of course, I wish she were alone. Thank you. As soon as Lena said that, Zaina jumped out from behind her back. I'll sit here. There are no places left. She said, putting her tray on a table and sitting down, not even waiting for my answer. Sure, make yourself at home, muttered sorrowfully. Sorrowfully. What? Nothing? She has such an attitude, Missy. Like, she's cute, but that attitude. Of course, she has that classic hair thing going. I saw means like a aho hair, or like, is it whatever, or a baka something. I don't remember, but there's like some kind of, whenever that's that, it means the idiot hair or something like that, so they're probably an idiot. Because like that's what happens when most main characters have like one little strand sticking up. Can't ever put it down either. To tell the truth, I wanted to reduce the whole company to just Lena, though neither Miku nor Zaina were causing much trouble. That one was talkative and the other one was too arrogant. But nevertheless, they were absolutely harmless, especially comparing to some others I could name. Oh, it seems like I forgot my key. Don't worry, check mine. I was surprised by Miku's short reply. Do you live together? Of course, didn't you know? Together, our cabin is the rearmost, the furthest from here. The last one. Wouldn't have been surprised if somebody told me that Lena lived with Salaya. Or with Zaina at worst. Even Electronic. But silent and shy Lena excessively talkative Miku as a pair? That's really a surprise. Did you find Shurick? Strange that Zaina is disturbed by someone's problems. No. Surely he is at the village buying cigarettes. Or vodka. How did you come up with those conclusions? Is he even of age? Wait, no, Russia might have different policies than we do. Like, trying to remember. I think you can start smoking when you're 18, but nah, you can start legally drinking in America when you're 21. She snorted. Village? That moment the conversation got more interesting. Got a problem with villages? Xena looked amazed. You mean there's a village nearby? Think so, she said uncertainly. Looked at Lena and Miku, but they were busy with their meals and did not pay attention to our conversation. You mean you don't know exactly? Why should I care? Xena stared at her dish. But there must be something nearby. Listen. Listening. I don't know, will you let me eat? Seems like I won't get anything from her. So there is a chance that she really doesn't know. The remaining time was spent listening to Miku talking about some nonsense. I was just going slowly mad in silence. Obviously, the first thing I did after getting out after that was inhale a great breath of fresh air. Sun was setting. Decided to take a walk. It's highly unlikely that I will find anything more exciting to do for the rest of the evening. That was something interesting could arise, quite unexpectedly. I was approaching the square when I heard a loud bang. It seemed like something had exploded. I was paralyzed. I am in a hostile environment, not knowing the rules and laws of this place. It would be better for me to run, but at the same time I was curious. Probably I would have just left standing there, but somebody grabbed my hand. It was Olga. Why are you standing here? Let's go and see what happened. Can't you ever manage without me? I begged her pitifully. Shouldn't be anything serious. I hope. When we came to the square, there was already a crowd of pioneers. Olga vigorously pushed through the crowd and approached the crime scene. Obviously, someone had tried to blow up Ginda, but the attackers fell. The monument was still standing upright. There were only dim ash traces on the pedestal. Well, who did this? She looked over the crowd of pioneers. Surely it wasn't done by an organized terrorist organization. These guys all came here just to look at what happened. I noticed Liliana and listened in the crowd. Looks like our camp leader noticed them too. You two come here. They approached reluctantly. Why always me? If you think so. Show me your hands, the Vashvakaya. What's wrong with them? Looked closer and saw that they were smeared with black. Now it's clear. What did you make a bomb with? The junior terrorist seemed to hesitate over whether or not to confess, but then blurted out proudly. Activated carbon, saltpeter, and sulfur. Why exactly the monument? What did this honored man ever do to you, the fighter for the rights of... Besides, he gave me activated carbon. She pointed at me with her finger. The whole square stared at me. Thoughts about the pointlessness of this act due to the small bomb size left me at that very moment. She stole it. I did nothing. Even if he gave it to you, I'm sure that Simon would never take part in such a disgusting, antisocial act. Yes, exactly. I agreed. Could hardly imagine how long she would have kept on scolding Alyssa if Electronic hadn't popped out at that very moment, shouting, I found it! Everyone turned towards him. Held a boot in his hand. Here. Electronic boastfully shook it over his head. It's Shurik's boot. Okay, calm down. Tell us in detail where you found it. In the forest. On the way to the old camp. Whispers ran among the pioneers. Old camp. Are you sure? Absolutely. What's so special about this old camp? Joining the conversation. It's nothing special, really, she stammered. One of the Symphoniac's legends tell the story of a young camp leader's ghost living there. She fell in love with a pioneer, but he rejected her, and so she killed herself. What? This got dark. Of course, then again, I guess all things have tells and stories like that eventually. She committed harikiri with a kitchen knife. Oh my god. Wait, isn't this like a Russian game? Why would she commit harikiri? Is she Japanese? And also, before you do harikiri, most of the time it's good to have a second. You don't just normally just go ahead and do it. But, that's honorable suicide, but man, I don't even think people make it halfway, like, make the whole square thing. Because you're supposed to... The main reason why people do harikiri is because they're trying to send their... Like, I think you spill out your guts. I don't know, it's been a while since I've read it. It's supposed to be like something like sacred or like it's released. Oh, the Japanese believe the soul lives in the stomach, so it's like releasing your soul or spirit out into the heavens, I guess. I don't know. It's been a while since I've read stuff like that, but it's normally what it is. Next day, that boy was hit by a bus. Holy crap! Liliana ran out of the crowd. Bus. Refrained from asking about the route number. But science doesn't acknowledge the existence of ghosts, so we have nothing to be afraid of. Anyways, somebody should go there. Suddenly the crowd started to thin out. Olga, it's almost night. Maybe tomorrow. Turned around and saw Sylvia and Lena. What if at night? What if at night something happens to him? No, today, right now. By the way, where is this place? Lechernick roughly described to me the directions and told me the story of the old camp. Camp leader looked at me attentively. If you think that You're the only man here. He looked around the area. Of course. Lechernick was quick to flee. I still didn't want to walk in the woods alone. If you asked me, I would. Go with Alyssa, go with Slavia, go with Juliana, go with Lena, go alone. I'm gonna go with Lena, cause like, I want her to be my designated waifu. Alyssa's mean. Slavia, she'd be my like other choice, cause I like her. She's really sweet and nice. Juliana, she's mean to me too. Go alone. I wanna go by myself, but I wanna go with her. I won't have to go there alone, will I? Olga Dimitri thought for a moment. You may be right. We'll go together tomorrow. For the last few moments, I noticed that Lena had a strange look on her face, as if she wanted to say something but didn't dare to. I did pick Lena, right? The pioneers started to disperse as they had forgotten about Alyssa and the explosion. Even our leader seemed to calm down and didn't react when the wannabe terrorists left the square, hiding behind the Liliana. We should go too. Yes. I picked Lena, right? I'm gonna go back. Making sure. Yeah, I did. Okay. I need to go for it. I'm sorry, guys. But I was like... Night quickly fell on the camp. There's only a brief moment between the first rays of the setting sun till complete darkness here in the south or maybe in the world. You don't have enough time to enjoy the variety of the sunset colors. Sarah lay to go to bed, but the leader confidently walked to her cabin as if mentally dragging me with her. Olga, I'll take a little walk. Okay. She looked at me intently but didn't find any reason to object, shrugged her shoulders and kept walking. I went back to the square. Didn't really want to look closely at the trivial damage done to the Genda statue. It was at the exact center of the camp. If you don't know where to go, you should start from there. I sat on the bench and looked to the west. Wonder if the earth here revolves on its axis as it should, or whether there was an actual north or south. It's hard to say, but this time I didn't have any ideas on how to check the fundamental laws of nature. Hi. Lena appeared next to me as if from nowhere. Hi. Can't sleep. She looked at me in surprise. Well, yes, it is still early. May I sit? Yeah, of course, sit down. I moved over a little. Saying a little was in fact an understatement. I actually shifted myself to the end of the bench. Thanks. Lena sat and looked at the sky as if she'd forgotten about me. It's sad. What is sad? The shirk disappeared. Yes, aren't good. She was as calm as usual, keeping silent. Most of the time she blushed and felt embarrassed, only when she had to speak or do something. That same silence, which could be seen and awkward by many people, including myself, was quite natural for her. I could hardly imagine Lena making an effort to carefully choose the right words to start a conversation or make a good remark, trying to not look stupid or alternatively trying not to look as rude as Alyssa. I just wasn't able to compare her to anyone. She was just content with being herself. Does that mean my attempts to start a conversation with her could be seen as rude? That expression, become friends, could be interpreted as intrusion into her private life. But something in this girl attracted me. Maybe it was her mysteriousness, and she certainly wasn't lacking in appearance or fundamental charms. I didn't have an answer for that. That's why I still hadn't been openly accused of being annoying. I'm sure he'll be found. How can you escape from a submarine? Lena didn't seem to appreciate the joke. Camp just seemed like a large submarine to me only. I hope so. Tomorrow Olga will call the police. They'll find him for sure. And what if during the night, her expression grew sad? What if something happens to him? Alone at night in the forest, anything could happen. He must be lonely. No one forced him to go there. What if he just got lost? He shouldn't go walking in the forest alone. You don't have any pity for him at all. Shrek may be sitting there all alone. Of course I pity him. I felt ashamed. In any case, Lena was right. A person was missing. Anything could happen during the night. We aren't seriously gonna go search for him now, are we? She didn't reply, still looking far away where the last rays of the sun shined over the tops of the old trees as if trying to leave a bit of its warmth with the people. Do you really think that roaming around the forest in the dark is a good idea? Probably not. For some reason, I'm sure that was exactly what she thought. Recently, I seemed to be starting to understand Lena even without words more often, and she seemed to be influencing me psychologically, making me agree with her. Lena's silence was informative than any chatter or attempts at persuasion. They looked for him during the day already. Everywhere? She stopped watching the sunset and looked at me. I don't know, I think everywhere. What about the old camp? For the first time her words sounded self-assured and not vague or indifferent. Where is it? I have no idea. Lechernick told us. Well, if you trust him. I grinned stupidly, but Lena kept looking at me seriously. Sure, if it's not too far. So, you do want to go? Of course I don't. We can't, it's just there and back quickly. Okay. Well, I'm gonna cut this video off right here. I guess we're gonna explore to the old camp, and hopefully I don't really see a ghost. I don't want to see a ghost, that'd be creepy. When this visual novel turned into a horror game, I'm just kidding. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.